J got them bees rocking. Presso, baby. Welcome to Straight Facts. I know you gon' feel it. All good vibes, so please save your opinions. See why I ain't here to judge, so don't be looking for a critic. Do this combos out of love and help to spread some recognition. We can talk about your favorite team and how they got you feeling. Overall growth and understanding is the mission. So just kick back and listen and analyze what's mentioned. You can even pull up next and share your thoughts. Come on, let's get it. Welcome to Straight Facts. Yeah. Yeah, welcome to Straight Facts, man. Hey.
Welcome to Straight Facts Podcast. This your boy CYTV, and this is a special one. I got a special guest, and this is actually my first female guest, so this is very special for me. I want to bring to the show a person that's an entrepreneur, podcaster, philanthropist, cheerleading coach, also wedding and baby shower promotions. I want to bring to the show Charisma, the owner of Rizz Promos.
Hello, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm well.
I'm glad you pulled up on me, man. I know you had a lot going on, so
I always got a lot going on.
thank you for putting up on the show today.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. So, with all my guests, I like to get a background on them and see where you come from. So give us a little background of where you grew up at.
So I am from Williston, South Carolina. If you're from the hood, it's called Weaston, South Carolina. Don't ask, don't tell policy. Small town, 2 stoplights, 2 grocery stores, but hometown of a lot of love. Shout out to my city. I love Williston.
For sure. And that's in the country. That's something I can definitely relate to.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So talk a little bit about, growing up down there. You got any brothers and sisters?
I do. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters.
Okay.
I have a sister in Florida, a brother in Williston with me, and a brother and sister in Atlanta. So we all over.
Okay, because I was about to ask you, did y'all grow up in the same household together?
Me and one of my brothers, the one that's still in Williston, we grew up together.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, let's talk about your parents a little bit, man. How was it growing up in a household with your parents? Just give us a little summary of that.
Well, my parents are divorced.
Okay.
They have been divorced for many years. They did get married though, so I mean, hey, that counts for something, right?
Oh, yeah, facts.
Young love.
Yeah.
But growing up with my parents, it was different. I had to wait till I was an adult to actually become a parent myself, to forgive my parents. So I don't want to say I grew up around a lot of love, but I also grew up with young parents.
Yeah, for sure.
So they were still trying to figure out life and how to be parents themselves. So, I ain't gonna talk bad about them because they got me here.
Exactly.
They don't owe me nothing, but I'm thankful that they did get me here.
Facts.
Shout out to my mama for pushing me out. I appreciate you, girl. Shout out to my daddy.
Yeah. You seem like you're a daddy's girl.
I am a daddy's girl. I won't lie. My dad, I moved in with my dad when I was 14.
Okay.
So that was one of those things. My dad, I have a stepmom too, but my stepmom and my dad, they've been married for 22 years. I'm almost 32, so she came in my life I was a kid still, so that's like my mom too.
Exactly.
But my dad took me, my dad and my stepmom, when I was 14. I moved in with my dad. I used to stay in Atlanta with my mom. My mom lives in Atlanta too. And then I came back down here. And growing up, like during those teenage years and stuff like that, for a man to take care of, to take in, his daughter. So, yeah, I think even growing up, I always kind of been a daddy's girl. Like, he got his ways, but he's still my daddy. Like,
exactly.
Nobody can't bother my daddy. Like,
exactly.
That's my daddy.
Like you said, everything that they did, it got you where you at today?
Yeah, for the most part. I try to take the lessons from my parents. A lot of people, they may despise their parents or be mad at their parents or hold grudges towards their parents, but I kind of look at mine and I kind of see that I don't sometimes look at them like my parents. I look at them because they're humans too.
Oh yeah, facts.
So I have to look at it from that aspect, and being a mother myself, like ain't no rules to parenting.
Exactly.
So it's easy to forgive your parents and just move on than to dwell on what happened. Because I mean, you can't change that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of people that I interviewed, they say that once they, grew up and had kids themselves, then they look back and they forgave their parents and stuff. And
yeah, you have to, because you it's a lot of forgiveness in my house. Like even with my kids now, like you have to say I'm sorry, because I ain't gonna always get it right, you know, and they have feelings too. But that's one thing growing up, black parents go on in my house, stay in my house, and what I say go. I got an open relationship with my kids. Like they're able to talk to me, not in a disrespectful manner, but Ma, I feel like, and I'm open to listening to their feelings, and I try to explain to them ahead of time, because I don't want them growing up thinking I was this way because of this. I'm very open with them. That's the only way to be. These kids are smart these days.
They different.
Yeah, you got to be real with them.
Exactly, because they already, hip to a lot of things. So we got to describe things different to them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The world is different now.
It's real different. If they got a phone, they got access to whatever.
Exactly. So okay, so we're gonna touch on Williston a little bit. Let's talk about the best and the worst thing about growing up in Williston.
The best thing about growing up in Williston is the love and being around people who everybody know. Like my dad is well known, I'm well known, but growing up I was safe, if that makes sense. Like I could be to this person's house, I could be to that person's house, like, and he knew where I was at. Like you could touch and go. Like, and for me, I'm a country girl. The best thing about it, like I live in city limits, so I'm 2 minutes from one school, I'm 2 minutes from another school.
Exactly.
I'm right down the road from getting something to eat. I don't have to wait in traffic. We don't got DoorDash. We ain't got that many places, but that's the good thing, being around family and being around love. Like right now with my kids and the ages that they are, it's best that I stay put for right now, because we have a system, and right now I can't see me going to the city somewhere. We just not. I ain't gonna say I can't, because if the opportunity presents itself and it's there for me, we'll do it, because we can always come back home.
Sure.
But right now I have a system in place, and I enjoy it, and they enjoy it, and I feel safe with my kids. Like my son can walk to the store, and I'm okay. Like you don't know how many times he done walk somewhere and somebody down, I seen your baby and I picked him up, and that's that country love. But the downside of that is there's nothing. So my son, he's very intelligent, top of his class. My daughter, very creative, very artsy. Both of them probably need to be in a school of arts right now. Like I've had a superintendent come to me and sit down one-on-one and talk to me with my kid, but right now we just don't, it's so far away. Like I think the closest school of arts, my daughter dad, he lives in Charleston, so we've been looking at that, but then that would mean having to go, you know what I'm saying, to pour into their futures. It's a different ball game.
So that's the downside about growing up in the country. So what would you say it would take for like Williston to start like advancing and getting kids like that seen and noticed,
Well, to be honest, it starts with the leadership. I think us having a real conversation, because believe it or not, everybody loves everybody, but everybody look out for who they want to look out for, if that makes sense. Williston is a small town without any revenue. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying? Now they're consolidating the schools, so you're going to have the whole county with one big school. So it's the best thing.
They combine the schools now.
Yeah, so Blackville, Barnwell, and Williston will be combined as one school. Okay. Which looks real different in our lives, because we grew up, those rivals. And even though it's 10 minutes down the road, it's like, it's that's a good game, and they got their side, we got our side. Exactly. We grew up separately, so now these kids are all finna be one. And it's gonna be a good thing, because I'm pretty sure we had the best football, basketball. We breed the best. I'm not gonna tell you no story, but at the same time, it's getting used to the innovation.
Exactly. And see, I want to shout out your people too, because you say I breed a lot of good athletes. So shout out to your cousin Raphael Bush.
Oh, absolutely! Shout out to Bush. Yes. We went to his Hall of Fame banquet yesterday. South Carolina State recognized him in the Hall of Fame, and Raphael is so humble. He's a humble spirit. Like, he's a good guy. He really is. And I'm not just saying that because he kin to me. Because, everybody kin to me ain't always good. But he one of the good ones. He's one of the leaders in our family. We have a large family, real big family. But he's one of the leaders in our family. and he leads by example.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's one of those things, like, he's well respected, and not just because, you know, he went to become a professional ball player. He, even when he was playing college football, like, we love him.
Exactly.
We used to have to leave and go and take him food down there to South Carolina State. My grandma making sure he got his Thanksgiving plate. I'm they gonna make sure he eat now. He used to eat. I'm like, damn, why we gotta come down here? Why he can't come down here? Y'all gotta take him his plate. Like, we made sure we look out for our cousins.
But see, that's the country life, though. It's a lot of family support.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure he's going to give y'all a lot of credit for, you know what I'm saying, getting the way he is today. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Raphael Bush, man, and all the other athletes that came from Williston Echo.
Yeah, shout them out.
So that's what it's all about. So, man, we're gonna get a little serious with this topic a little bit, because I want to cover things about a lot of African American women that don't get to talk about a lot of things. So I want to get into you know, talking about grief and pain. So I want to ask you, like, where do you think most of your grief and pain came from? Would you say childhood or just like your experiences?
I think each season brings on a new challenge that you have to unlock. I think becoming a mom made me tap into my own childhood traumas. I remember, like, hollering at my son or something one day. He did something, I'm not sure, and my mom, she kind of like pulled me to the side and was like, hey, be better than me. Like, you sounded just like me.
Wow.
And so it was like one of them things where it was like one of those, she was like, I didn't always do, right by you and your brother, but I want y'all to understand, like, be better than me. Like, don't do it this way. And I'm looking at her like, girl, you ain't did me like that. Like, what you mean? That's what she's like. Yeah, I'm telling you, be better than me. Like, don't be that way. So I think that's what made me tap into my childhood. When I first became a parent, I had my first child at 21. I think 21. Yeah, 21.
For sure.
So I was a baby still, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, just fresh in the world.
Yeah, I ain't have no business. I love them, but, it was like, what? Because, I mean, it make you
grow up.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't have that nurturing spirit. Some women, they just don't. And then the ones who do, they know exactly what I'm talking about. As soon as that baby enters into the world and come out of your womb, it's an instant. Yeah, I'm the hardest sleeper in America. I have my kids, like, even right now to this day, like, you probably can knock on my door all day long and I'm not gonna hear you, but if my kid's coughing or something, it's the motherly instinct. Like, it's gonna automatically wake you up. You're gonna feel it. Like, it's a different, I don't know, that's a different type of love. Like, I can't speak on fathers because I'm not a father, but I know for motherhood itself, that love is completely different.
Y'all are definitely, like, the strongest people in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I want you to cover this stuff. Like,
it's a different type of love. And a mom, a real mom, you go above and beyond for your kids, like, no matter what. But I think we also, young women now, I think that they need to understand the importance of having children. Yeah. Because, like, for me, I have low blood platelets every time I get pregnant. So what that means is my blood doesn't clot. So you out here having babies, you just gotta, and I hate to be so blunt and vulgar about it, but you gotta be honest with yourself. Like, when we have babies, and it's proven facts, as a black woman, when you have a baby, your risk of dying is higher than the average race. So we have to really sit back and start asking ourselves, when we create these lives and we bring these babies in the world, are you bringing a baby in the world for somebody who's worth it? If that makes sense. Like, does this man love you? Is he going to protect you? If you die today, your kid got to go with your mama. Is he going to step up to the plate? So I think that's one of the things that we have to really sit down with ourselves, because we be so mad, and you see so many baby daddy, and I'm guilty of it too. I hated my first baby daddy. I hated my second baby daddy. Like, I've been on Facebook. I done did it all. Like, I done showed I done argued, because that's a different type of love. Man. If somebody do something to your kid that you don't like, it's not even. Sometimes women make it about them. If you're not with them, they take away the child, and I'm not agreeing with that at all. Like, you have to put your feelings to the side, but that's where we have to be smart, and it has to come into place. Like, if that's what you really want, we need to really sit down with ourselves and ask ourselves, like, are we having kids for the right reason?
Exactly. Like,
I refuse to have another kid and bring a child into another broken home. I'm not married. You know what I'm saying? If me as this man, are we going to be able to raise this kid together? Like, the black family, it matters. But I think we as black women, your body, your choice. but we definitely need to make better choices.
Exactly. So I want to go back to what you said about y'all having the highest death rate. What would you say is the reason for that, though? Have you ever researched it and learned, like?
I personally haven't. I have cousins that are in the medical field, but I don't know what it is exactly. Yeah. I don't want to, speak out of turn, but I do know that it's a proven fact. Like, a lot of times, like, I had a doctor, my doctor, she wasn't playing with, me and my situation. Like, she didn't take it lightly or anything. She made it very clear. Like, I had a doctor who wanted to cut me because I couldn't get epidural, so my births had to be natural.
Wow.
And I had one doctor, because she said, do not cut her. She said, if you cut her, she may not make it. Like, it's like one of those things, like, they just be so anxious to cut on us and do these things. So you yourself, you need to research when you do get pregnant, what goes on with your body. Like, our body changes tremendously. Like, it goes through so many phases when you're pregnant. And I know it just look like, to the average person, your stomach just gets bigger. I promise you, it's 10 times more to it than that. Man. Like, it's so many women who suffer from postpartum, pre-postpartum. Like, your mental, like, we're full of emotion. We emotional beings. So having a baby and just, I think a healthy pregnancy is the best pregnancy out.
And you touched on something that I wanted to cover, postpartum. Did you have that? I want you to talk about. If you did, I want you to talk about your experience with it.
I had postpartum with my second daughter with my second child. I have a son and I have a daughter, and I had it with my daughter just because I was in a really, really dark place mentally. Again, choices. Me and my daughter, dad, we are great co-parents now. But I really feel like God just put us both in this world to have that kid. Like, because in all honesty, he didn't like me and I didn't like him. It was just like one of those things. Like, again, choices. We met at a time that, I don't know what the reason had to be my daughter. That's all I got. That's all I got. But we met at a weird time, and some of the stuff that I allowed and some of the stuff that he allowed. Like, we really had no
business.
Yeah, I don't know how it even had. We met on my mom. It's her fault. I blame her for this all the time because I was out of the relationship with my son dad. I had been with him since I was 16, so I was ready to start back dating. And she was like, "Oh, you need to get on this dating website. You young, you trying to figure it out." And she was like, "Get on Plenty of Fish."
Wow.
That's how long ago this was. I'm like, and my POF account may still be up there. I have no idea how to delete that thing or get rid of it, but I met him on Plenty of Fish, and he was plenty of lies. Like, oh my God, he turned me everywhere but loose. But again, we can laugh about it now because we both have grown, and you know what I'm saying, like, I admit my mistakes, he admit his mistakes, but it had to just be to bring our daughter in. But when I say great dad, that's one of the things you have to understand. Like, I should be mad as hell with him for everything he done put me through. For sure. I should, but then again, you have to again, women, choices. I was mad at myself once I took accountability and said, hey, you allowed it, you did it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take away your feelings and let a man be. If a man gonna be a daddy, let him be a daddy. Exactly. Don't have really nothing to do with me and my feelings. My feelings is my kid. As long as you treating the kid right.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And so that's good.
But yeah, he gave me postpartum. I kid you not, this is a funny story, but he did so much. I had a girl message me. She sent me 25 screenshots.
Wow.
We was boyfriend and girlfriend now. He wasn't just I've never had a baby by no shade, but I've never had a baby by somebody who just was kicking it. They were my boyfriends. We was in a relationship. Not that matters either, because you know what I'm saying. But one girl, she messaged me. She was like, "I send you 25 screenshots right now to put you in early labor and delivery."
Wow.
And I kid you not, I did it to myself. December 31st, 2018. I went through his phone. I was in the hospital the next day. Yeah, my blood pressure was sky high. I went in the hospital the next day, and a couple of days, they kept me because of my blood pressure and stuff like that. And then my daughter came a month early.
Wow.
So it was like, no lie. The girl said it. She meant it.
That's crazy. So that's stress.
It was pure stress. And I was in there boohoo crying because I was in so much pain. And I just was like,
wow.
During that time, I was crying, and my auntie said, what's wrong with you? And I said, I'm just having this baby, and I knew we wasn't going to be together. I knew that I was going to be, a single mom, but I'm not a single mom with her because he's still a dad. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that doesn't. But that took growth in me. Exactly. I didn't like him at all.
And it's like you're not holding grudges and stuff.
Oh no, I'm good. That's man. I mean, like I said, he's a good dad. I can't. I mean, people could do me wrong. Just don't do my kids wrong.
Exactly. And see, that's what I like to hear, because a lot of black fathers, we get a lot of bashing. So it's good that you give him his credit.
Oh yeah. Because when you got when you got one. Two, you thankful for the one that do you think, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you should be able to co-parent. You should be able to do what's best for your kids. Once you bring a child in the world, I feel like all bets are off. Like, you should be able to coexist with each other. Like, sure. You should be able to. Yeah. Some people though, you can't co-parent with. Stupid.
Because there's a lot of emotions into it, and connections that ain't been let go. So it's all different types of reasons, but it's all about growing from it.
Yeah, it is.
For sure. So, all right. So we're gonna get into where we came from, man. So I want to ask you, like, what first motivated you to want to get into doing entrepreneurship? Stuff like that. Rizz Promos. Podcasting, interviews.
I like money. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I like money, and when I realized I like money, I like talking. I was one of those students who talks a lot, talks way too much on her report card, but I still was a good student. I went to Coastal Carolina for communications and media. So my goal going forward, I was gonna go for communication and media. Then I was gonna go to law school to be an entertainment lawyer. I would have got Thug out, but he already home.
Okay, yes,
Shout out to Thug.
Yes, sir. That boy home now.
Yeah, but that didn't go as planned, of course. But I think for me, I was an entrepreneur before even realizing I was an entrepreneur. And I come from a line of entrepreneurs. Like, it's in our blood. My grandma, she the Avon lady. She been the Avon lady for like 30 years plus. Like, she used to do Avon by hand.
Wow.
My granddaddy, he in so much stuff. My dad, he like the president of his son. Like, I just come from, my mom, she had ran her own daycare business. Like, everybody we some hustlers.
Exactly.
When it's just in you, it's in you. And when you see multiple people, doing multiple things, everybody got their own flow. Like, my grandma, to this day, like, everybody Thanksgiving, she sell cake, she sell pies, whatever you're good at, use it to your advantage. So me talking, me speaking, once people realize, that was it, me being able, like, my name is charisma, so devotion and, getting people together, that's kind of my thing. I love people. All people don't love me, and I'm okay with that. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
I overstand that. But my job here on earth, I know what God placed me here to do. I know that there are going to be people who don't care for me. I know that, everybody has their season, but during the time that I am here, I am around, I love gathering people. I love everybody having a good time. So I think I probably started way before I even knew. We used to throw $5 parties at the Legion Hut. Shout out to my DJ Weezy. Like, DJ Weezy used to have that stuff. He had it on the crates, and he'll rock our music.
We used to hear about him in high school though.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, when I say legendary,
he legendary.
Where we're at now, like doing parties, how Weezy be booked he probably didn't see that. I didn't see, people calling me from all over, like, hey, I want you to come here, I want you to come there. Because we was just in Williston just having a good time with the locals. We to think of it now, like, to even be sitting down right now doing a podcast talking about myself, like, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
That's one of those things where faith the size of a mustard seed. Like, who you are is who you are. Like, your calling, nobody can't take that from you. So it just is what it is.
And see, that's why I tell people, like, cause a lot of people be like, bro, you need to branch out more. But I told them, like, the whole concept was to get the stories from around here. Right. And once you do that, they're going to find you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The celebrities or whoever on the outside, they're going to find you. So it's all about staying humble and staying to what you first came out to do. So.
Right. And I think we get away from a lot of times getting home first. I know we want to get to the big leagues. I know we want to interview, the multimillionaires, and we want to sit down with the, A-listers and stuff like that. But I think showing love in your local community with your people that's actually trying to get where those people are, like, shout out to you for that, because so many people, they look at the bigger picture first, forgetting it's so much talent around here.
I'm telling
you. If we had the
Yeah.
opportunities to do, like, like the rappers, shout out to the Carolina rappers and stuff, like they you know, finally coming through. But when I say we been had it,
I'm telling you,
we been had it. Like I could put in some CDs from back in the day, and I'm telling you, like, if the music trash is trash, but we got some we got some talent.
We just ain't had no outlet.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
so that's why it's good that
everybody think of the South, they Atlanta,
exactly.
You know, like come to the actual South Carolina, go to North Carolina, like, you know what I'm saying? Come down here around this way, like,
exactly. And Augusta
it's here.
too. Augusta
yeah,
too, sure.
Like they love to call Augusta country, but Augusta,
it's the second biggest city.
Yeah, but we Augusta lit.
Exactly, facts. It is, and there's a lot of talent down here. So
it is.
That's why I'm gonna stick to the script, man, and get these folks around here to listen to and get their story told. So it's a lot of talent around here. So I want to ask you, what are some of your goals for the upcoming year with Rizz Promos and what you got going on now?
So I want to actually work on being consistent with my own show. I started in the biz with Rizz in 2021. And then I had something tragic happen in 2022. I lost my friend. And when I lost my friend, I kind of lost like my vibe a little bit, if that makes sense. Like, what I cared about, I kind of stepped away from it a little bit because I was like so bottled up with grief. But going forward, I feel like she's with me. I feel like she would want me, you know, to continue. And she was her energy, you know, it won't die. Like she was one of those people, like she's still getting talked about to this day. Like, you know, we're gonna be 50 years old still laughing about it.
Sure.
You know, loving her and, you know, keeping her name alive. So I think one of the things that I'm gonna do is really sit down and focus on my show, In the Biz with Rizz. I wanna, you know, start back with interviewing, you know, my people around town. I wanna start back. My first thing I want to do, I want to get a group of ladies together, well-put group of ladies together, and I just want to have some serious, like, real girl talk, like almost like a red table talk, but just, you know, getting my name out there more and doing more on that aspect with the podcast and stuff like that, because I think I think we need that. Yeah, like, you know, we need that, especially around my little area. We need it's basically like your local news reporter.
Exactly, and we need more like of the ladies coming together, right, and telling y'all stories, because a lot of y'all come through similar backgrounds. Yeah. So it shouldn't be no bickering or
you know I understand when you say it shouldn't be no bickering. I don't know what it is about women. I don't know if it's the estrogen. I don't know. You're not gonna get a group of women together and they gonna all get along. Somebody is going to, and I think it's just us, because sometimes I get on my own nerves. I don't know, it just may be the emotions.
Do you think it's what y'all been through?
No, I just think it's genetics. I mean, you think about a woman, you think about, you know, you have daughters, you know, you got daughters. I mean, you think about your daughter get 12, 13, 14. They start, they, you know, menstrual or whatever like that. They whole mood change. You be like, what the fuck with you?
Where did this come from?
It's a mood. It's just in us. So I think that it's knowing how to be emotionally intelligent and how to handle your emotions, because my spirit don't always get along with everybody else's either. But that don't mean that I hate you. I just know how to, you know, handle myself around you and handle myself accordingly. And then if it's that bad, then, you know, we just don't have to be around each other. And that goes for men and women. But, you know, men, y'all are a little different. Y'all can fuss and hard down fight and the next day shake up, bro. I love you. But women, man, please, we mad at each other for 20 years and done forgot about the argument half of the time.
That's crazy. You're right.
So yeah, I don't know. I just think it's genetics. We're not all made, you know, everybody is different, but you know, I think that's one of my challenges that I had to face. I used to be so upset when people got mad, or they, you know, believed the rumor, or they didn't come and, you know, ask my side of, like, I got people who are, you know, that seriously don't like me right now about something that don't even got nothing to do with me. But one thing I had to realize, and I had to really sit down with myself and say, listen, you ain't for everybody. Exactly. And that's okay. And when you feel like that's okay, that's when you'll be okay. Like it's not. I'm not.
It's part of your growth though. Like the more you get successful like that, the more that stuff gonna come. So it's just knowing that you got a good future ahead. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. Yeah. You know. So, all right. So we're gonna. I want to ask you, if it's something that you could tell a young African American girl, Caucasian girl about getting into the entrepreneurship or business world, what would you tell them? Like,
believe in yourself. When people say you can't do, you're gonna have negative Nancy's, the ones that's in your family gonna be the worst ones ever. They gonna downplay, they gonna down talk. Like, you gotta know inside, like, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do. Like, I'm talking about, I don't care if the whole world against you, you got to do what you got to do for you. Like, if that's what you want to do, it ain't gonna come easy. Some days money be slow, some days, but I promise you, just do what you want to do. Have faith. God will open up any, when I say any door for you, any door. The phone calls I get, the people that I work with, you couldn't have told me, like, politicians, pastors, like, you know what I'm saying? That wouldn't have worked.
Wow, yeah, that's crazy. All right, so we finna get on out of here, man. But I want to ask you one more question. So with the women's thing that you're doing, is that something that you're trying to do continuously, or is it what you're trying to do like at one time?
Yeah, I think I want to make it a continuing thing, but you know, I deal with the fellas too. Most of my friends are guys, so I gotta show love to them because they the real ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know, I don't have zero problems with my homeboys. Like, I love them, but you know, they probably don't want to be on camera and stuff like that. But my passion for women right now, I don't know. It's just something in my spirit. It's what I want to do for us, because I don't think we realize who we are, the potential that we have, and not just black women. I'm talking about women, period. Not saying we don't need men, because we definitely need men, but it's like my pastor say, like, I'm the head, but my wife is the neck. Like, I feel like when we come on one accord, I feel like we getting I feel like the younger generation and the people and the kids that I'm seeing up under us, I feel like they're stepping away from actually what it looks like to be a young lady, if that makes sense. Like, we got these TV shows that's out now, it's strictly just fighting. We got these, you know, videos, we got people, and don't get me wrong, I done been in a couple of fights myself. I done shut up, you know, I done twerked myself. But it's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's how you know and how to present yourself. And I think that we are stepping away from that a little bit, and I think that we as women, we have to bring our young ladies back together to show them, you know, hey, building sisterhood, building friendships, just being true to yourself. Because right now, if I don't teach my daughter how to be a successful friend or how to be a successful woman, she's going to grow up and she's going to think that some of the things that she sees she do, she's going to think that's right. She's going to pass that down to her kid. So it's stopping and breaking generational curses. Like, one thing I love about my parents, I could say a million and one things about them. My mom nor my dad, they never ever accept my bull. Like, they never, like, you know, you got those parents, oh, my kid was this, my kids was that. And I think that that's one of the, I get mad at them and I tease them sometimes. I'm like, I wish I was like other people's parents, like, go outside with me, like, you know, be ready, be lit with me. My daddy's like, no. Like, that's not what we do. If you wrong, you wrong. And I think that matters. Holding yourself, holding your family accountable. I don't think that people do that enough. And I think that when you do that, you bring better people into the world. I think the whole thing, you know, about being better is just starting with yourself. So if I be better and my daughter see me being better, then I can show her. She gonna show my grandkids, and if she don't, I'm gonna get on her. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I think it's just starting that whole thing. I think we've stepped away from what it is to be, you know, a woman, and what it is to look like a woman, to do those things. So I think that's one of the things that's weighing on me right now. And I want to work on that with the women. So that's definitely a great idea too. Okay, so the final question I want to talk about, the pros and cons of social media. Like, what do you see as the pros and cons of social media, of running like a business as yourself? If I'm honest, I need to get off of social media. And the reason why I say that, like, I see why so many people are mad, but again, that's where your money comes in, and they've made it harder now because everybody is getting monetized. So everybody is getting, whether you get $10, $12, people feel like they need to be on. They made it a necessity, and they wired it in our brains now that this is what you need to do in order to become successful. But it's the new wave. It is. But mentally speaking, I don't know if people pay attention to it. And y'all, I'm not crazy. People gonna think I'm crazy. I could have just got into something, an altercation, an argument I could think about it. I promise you that phone gonna pick it up.
Oh, that's
I'm gonna see a meme. I'm gonna see a post. I'm gonna see a video. I'm gonna see a reel. I'm gonna see something compared to, it's crazy. Like crazy. I don't, social media, I feel like it's programmed to, it could be good and it could be bad. So the pros of it is getting money, of course, from your posting. You know, being monetized, getting your name out there, but doing it in the right way. All publicity is not good publicity right now, and I think that people are doing it for the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
But they're getting paid for it, so in their eyes, mind your business, I'm getting a check. But all money ain't good money.
That's a fact.
And I think that comes in the problems, and the cons is it mentally drains you to keep up with a certain lifestyle. It mentally drains you when if I'm already sad, I don't need to see 1,000,001 reels. Like, I have been on TikTok before, like, just thinking I'm gonna scroll, you know, and some kind of way I got on sad TikTok. Oh my God, I cried for 40 days and 40 nights. Like, but and then, you know, it's laughing, but that really puts you in a bad state, because if I can't handle this and I'm scrolling and I'm looking at it and it just don't stop.
Yeah, facts.
3 days later, I'm still thinking about what I watched. So it's one of those things where it mentally, you have to be. Your mental has to be, you have to know what to look at. You have to know what to go past. You have to know, like, I know the girls feel me on this. Like, it'll show if you got a boyfriend and you and your boyfriend really active on social media. The girl, it'll be a lady on there. She can have 5,000 friends. Your man gonna be the first one that's gonna pop up. It's gonna say your man and 6,000 others are friends with. So then, you know, in your head, you like, crazy. But I promise you, it's on the who you know, like. Yeah. People you may know, you know who you don't like, or you know who looking at your pages, and then it just causes TikTok shows you who views your profile. I got one lady, she viewed my profile right now. I'm like, lady, there's nothing here. I promise you, like, you know, but block me on Facebook and everything else, but still on, like, so it's messy. It is. It's really messy, but you just have to know. Again, it's all about being emotionally intelligent and being able to handle yourself, and that's something I'm working on, because sometimes, you know, it just goes. You get drawn in there. You get stuck in there, boy. Yeah, once you get stuck, you got to really reel yourself out. So some days, I try for it not to be the first thing that I do in the morning. Instead of jumping on Facebook or jumping, because it takes away time, and too, like, a lot of times you late, you done scroll 30 minutes done passed. So a lot of times when I wake up in the morning, I try not to jump on Facebook early in the morning. Like, I have a Bible verse or something come hit me up, because I feel like whatever you put in your brain to begin your day with, that's how your day going. So you gotta just encourage yourself. So be careful with social media. I'm telling you now, it's real now. It's definitely controlling too. So, but I appreciate you. Is there any other things you want to cover about, you know, your company, your business, family? No, I just want everybody to know, you know, like I said, I host baby showers, because y'all gonna make the babies. Weddings, I want to host more weddings. I want to do a luxurious. I did one last year September. I did 2 weddings, and it was a ball. Like, I enjoy, like I said, I enjoy the togetherness, everybody getting together. And then I know that I'm walking in my calling, because I've never left a place after I done an event where somebody has came and said, oh, you were great. Like, this is your calling. Like, you know, people, and it's never people, you know, it's always the outsider who you never think they'll come and they just speak life into you. Love it. You meet people by accident, and then you build those bonds, and, you know, it just, I love that though. Yeah, for real, because it's encouraging you to keep going. Yeah, it really do. It really do. Like, when you think you didn't do, people, I mean, strangers. Yeah, and I have so many people that have poured into me, that told me, like, you know, keep going. People who I wouldn't think, and those are the people who you don't want to disappoint. Facts. So I'm not gonna disappoint y'all. That's all I got to say. She going up, man. So what are your social media? Even though we just got off social media, but what can they find you? So you can follow me on Facebook. I'm Rizz Renee. And that's crazy, because Facebook, somebody just made like a fake page or something, and I'm just like on Facebook, like, really? I haven't been on social media. I done had a Facebook page since 2010 maybe. So there's no way, and it's the same page. So Facebook is Rizz Renee. You can look for this face, nobody else. Instagram is Boss Lady Rizz. Snapchat is Boss Lady Rizz. And TikTok is Boss Lady Rizz. Okay. Where you can find me at. YouTube? Yeah. YouTube, In the Biz with Rizz. is my YouTube. Stay tuned for that because we're gonna be uploading some videos and we're gonna be getting to work with that. So really want to push YouTube out there. YouTube and Instagram. That's really the next thing. Like get away. Facebook is local.
Yeah, that's local. It's just drama.
It is local, but it's the hood news. You need Facebook.
It's needed now. It's needed. It really keep you humble too. Like you know what I'm saying. So, but Instagram, like I said, Instagram and YouTube, like. That's the best ones, I think. Platforms to like get yourself out there and you know, try different things or whatnot. So you definitely trying to get the YouTube thing up and popping. So I appreciate you though.
No problem. I appreciate you.
Hopefully you invite me on your show.
Absolutely.
Once it start going more.
Yeah, I have you down there.
For sure. So
you got to come to the country.
Oh, I gotta come to. Okay. Yeah, you know, we used to play against y'all, so I don't know if folks like me or not.
Yeah, I used to lose.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't know about that now.
I ain't got nothing to do. You older than me. I come from the championship team.
Okay.
So yeah, not too much on Woolsey.
You did. I give you that credit. I forgot about that.
Don't forget. Don't forget. I
forgot about that.
Don't do that.
But when I was in school though, I definitely had a lot of success against Williston. Shout out that boy Marquise Davis. He know what I'm talking about.
Booby Miles, number 3 on the play. We love Booby. See, y'all know y'all. I can't tell you no cheerleaders from Rizz Spring. No. I can't tell you nobody.
Really competition.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, I can't tell you nobody from.
So appreciate you, man, for coming on Straight Facts Podcast. This your host CY. This Charisma, owner of Rizz Promos, and I see y'all next week on Straight Facts Podcast. See y'all later.
See y'all later.
Yes.